I've really enjoyed working with Mr. Morgan. Just a few stories and just some things that I know some of you have seen and heard about Mr. Morgan over the years. But I can't tell you how many times I've had kids tell me that their parents or their grandparents or their great-grandparents had Mr. Morgan as a teacher, and they just loved him and thought he was the greatest. I know we all hear Mr. Morgan talk about his time with the Yankees, and you know, he goes on and on about his time with the Yankees. But I remember him talking about just what an amazing kid Babe Ruth was, and how when he came up with the Yankees that he was just amazing. And Stacy said that he could just tell this was a kid that was going to be, you know, a pretty good ball player. You know, obviously the times that we're dealing with now, COVID and you know, the pandemic and just all the challenges that go with that. But I gotta tell you, Mr. Morgan said that, you know, the Spanish flu of 1918 was way worse. And now, in fairness, you know, he was just a kid at the time, but he talked about just, you know, how tough it was. You know, they didn't close schools and or anything like that, but he just said it was a rough time, 1918. So he could really, you know, kind of give us some guidance on how to handle this one. But in all seriousness, Mr. Morgan is a legend here, and he's going to be missed. I'm happy for him, as you know, he's earned his retirement. I'm bummed for us because we're all going to miss him. He's been, you know, sort of my right arm over the last 7 years, and that's going to be a really difficult thing to not have that. But I just wish him all the best and just say congratulations, Mr. Morgan. You've earned it.
I need you here with me. From tonight until the end of time, you should know. Everywhere I go, always on my mind. You're in my heart, in my soul. You're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration. You bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration.
Stacy Morgan, it has been an absolute pleasure to teach, coach, be your friend over the 25 plus years that we've been able to be together in District 7. There are so many kids that have benefited from you touching their lives. I know we give you a hard time a lot, as we do everybody, but we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you a lot. I hope you stay involved with the school, whether it's through coaching or the booster club or whatever, but you've made a huge difference in a lot of kids' lives, Stacy, and I mean that from my heart. I miss you.
When you love somebody, always on my mind. I need you more than that. When you love somebody, the end of time. When you love somebody, always on my mind. I need you more
All right, Stacy, you know, I came to work here, I heard a lot about you, but I didn't know quite what you meant to this community, what you meant to this staff, and to be around you the time that I have been, I've learned a lot from you, man. You've been a great guy. You're going to be hard to replace, and I know you're going to be missed. I know you're going to miss it. You're looking forward to it and all that, but I'm really going to miss you and what you bring to this campus and to these kids. If it's just a smack on the back of the head every once in a while, everybody needs that. So I hope the best for you. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and enjoy life.
I can still find Wiley's house, riding on my bike with eyes closed. I could name every girl that he took out, and from my memory dial his house phone. Can you take me back when we were just kids, we weren't scared of getting older, yeah.
Stacy, I have so many unforgettable memories of you. I remember in high school when you yelled at me for not remembering who the guy was that hit the home run off you in spring training. That was a very scary time in my life. But I think my favorite memory is after I'd be done with parking for graduation, I'd come and sit down here. And as you'd be walking around, sometimes you'd come and sit down here. And my favorite part was that during the ceremony, you would always be looking through the program, and then you would point to something and say, "Hey, Aaron, look at this." And then I would say, "Stacy, I can't see that." And then you'd say, "What?" And I would say, "Stacy, I can't see that." And you'd say, "What?" Because it was literally the deaf leading the blind, and you were trying to show me things that I couldn't see, and I was trying to tell you things that you couldn't hear. I will never forget the time that I've spent with you, both as a high school student and here working with you. Enjoy retirement, because you are unforgettable.
Mr. Morgan, it's been an honor to be back as a teacher while you've been the dean here at Grants Pass High School. You can see behind me there's a picture of me shaking your hand at graduation 10 years ago. It's been great. Having you as a teacher and as a coach, you're definitely someone that just when I look back on high school, you're one of the people that was there just making things more exciting, more fun. And then same thing as a teacher. It's always fun to come down there. It was fun doing those Morgan Monday segments. Just can always count on you for a good time. And you've been a great example of what it looks like to be a person of character teaching in a school, and someone that I know me and many others look up to. So thank you for your years of teaching, and good luck with retirement. I hope to be seeing you on the golf course, and if we're playing teams, I'd like you to be on my team sometime if you ever let me.
Can you take me back when we were just kids who weren't scared of getting older? 'Cause no one knows.
I want to take this opportunity and just say thank you to somebody who was so instrumental in my transition into Grants Pass High School. From him stepping on staff with me as a basketball program, all the way to him stepping into the Dean of Students job, which opened up a position for me to teach at the high school. So Stacy, you have been just such a polarizing figure. So somebody who has been so much fun and always smiles, and somebody who that the kids have just gravitated towards for so long, through your hats of baseball, PE, and now Dean of Students. You just have a rapport with the kids that has been, something that I really look up to and something that I really appreciate as a teacher. And so thank you for guiding me through the first early years with basketball and just being there for me and being there for my family anytime we needed you. But, we know that you'll be missed. We know that the Stacy-isms and the Morganisms are going to be a little bit more quiet now that you'll be gone. But we will definitely be having a good chuckle anytime we think of you. Thank you, Stacy, for everything that you've done.
'Cause you can't make old friends.
Happy retirement, Stacy Morgan. Stacy was, this was about 2003, young fella from Portland, moved his family down to Grants Pass to have a life in a great community, and Stacy Morgan took a chance on a young guy that came in and was new to the community, and Stacy gave me a coaching opportunity. So I volunteer coached for Coach Morgan my first year down here, and freshman baseball. So standard procedure of issuing hats is a pretty big deal with caveman baseball. And so my best Stacy Morgan story is, I'm going to title it, It'll Shrink, It'll Stretch. Now, Stacy, I think that that's great advice as you go into retirement, that it'll shrink and it will stretch. So story has it, my first year coaching with Stacy, and I'm coaching the freshman boys baseball team. And anyways, we're the last ones to get hats, so you get the leftovers. And Stacy was very particular about handing out hats, and so he personally did it for every single kid. And so me being from Portland and not knowing how things went here, I thought, okay, that's fine. I'll just get in where I fit in. And anyways, so I bring my team over, and of course we have all the leftover hats. And Stacy goes, "Hey, Scott, I'll do this." And so I'm standing next to him, and first kid walks up, and he puts on a hat. And here, I got a little prop here, and kids like this, Ah, man, dang, Coach Morgan, that hat is tight. And Coach Morgan, in his infinite wisdom, he goes, "Listen, son, you got to remember that hat is going to stretch." And I thought, oh, okay, all right, well, this Stacy Morgan played for the Yankees. This guy knows what he's talking about, right? And so I'm all in, Anyways, next kid walks up. Coach Morgan hands him a hat, and another prop here. That kid is swimming, swimming in that hat. And I was sitting there, and I thought, oh man, here we go. What's going to happen now? And Coach Morgan goes, "Listen, son, you got to remember, it's going to shrink." So we went through 15, 16 boys, and not one of those hats fit. But Coach Morgan, with his infinite wisdom, sold each one of those boys on it'll shrink or it'll stretch. And they all loved playing for him. I loved coaching for him. He's a great man, and I count it a privilege to have been a part of his journey. Love you, Coach Morgan.
Stacy, on behalf of Superintendent Cole, Principal Thompson, just wanted to present you with the 2020 Teacher of the Year Award, Stace. And Stace I know I can speak for a lot of coaches, Stace. Losing you as part of the staff at Grants Pass High School would be a huge loss. The difference you've made in so many kids' lives you can't even begin to talk that, Stace. And I remember coming up as a new whippersnapper and coaching with you and stuff like that, and we may laugh and joke and tease you a little bit, but you'll always have a special place in all our hearts and in Grants Pass High Athletics. So
I appreciate that, Clay. It's been fun spending so much time with you the last 7-8 years, and even before that too. I remember a lot of memories with you, and Clay spoke to the impact you made on kids, and you have got to know more kids in this town and adults in this town and their kids and their grandkids than anybody I know. And they all remember you. And what was fun, the last 8th grade parent night, is have every parent in the room raise their hand if they had you as a teacher. Oh!
There he is. That's for you.
I don't know what you did wrong, but we're trying to lift you up, and here the police are here.
He's calling him out.
He's calling you.
Oh, he's calling
him out.
He's
telling you outside.
yeah, you better just step
We
out.
better step
Let them know you're okay.
It's a wellness check.
Put your hands up. He's a lawyer steward.
That's why.
Really?
Congratulations, sir.